righty.
Oh, look at the new transition. We've gone and now we got new transitions.
That's right. I know. That's what happens. You go to do a whole thing and new stuff happens and shows up. How you doing, dude? It is
I don't know.
It's been a hot minute, right?
I've been in so many states and I keep seeing Kevin. That's what keeps happening.
Yeah,
in the last like 6 weeks, I've been in Atlanta, I've been in Vegas, I've been in the northwestern part of Florida, I've been in Tennessee, I'm going back to the northwest part of Florida for camp again this week. Like it's just all over, all the freak over. It's been crazy. But I'm excited, man, because we got a whole bunch of new stuff that's coming up on the backside of this camp thing. Like between you and me and like some of the stuff on my channel, Rumble's got some changes they've made. I'm sure we'll talk about some of those this evening and, we'll have some fun with that. But man, I'm excited, man. August is going to be awesome for content. I can't wait. We'll see if I'm still in the premium program in August. But
yeah, why is that? Just because of
dude, with all the craziness in my schedule and all the new analytics or whatever, the new targets and stuff, it's a lot, man. I'm not going to sit there and like cry about it on Twitter, but it's a lot, Yeah,
I know, and that's what's kind of wild because we're going to go over a little bit tonight, and fully it depends. Like, what are you talking about? The new stuff are you referring to? Because we have released a whole bunch of new stuff over the last couple of weeks. Of course, I've been left all alone because my team of people like Ray and Gigi are out on vacation, and
I'm not on vacation.
Doing work things. Oh, you've been on vacation, dude. Come on.
I wish, dude. I need vacation. I'll tell you what. There's going to be at least a day or two that I actually take off here in the next couple of weeks of like just from life. It's been busy, but this is the busiest part of my year. Like I got 4 summer camps over the course of 3 weeks, and then it always ends up being that like trade shows land at the same time, and so it's like big meetings on the other side of the country and then back for camp and then here and there and all over. So it's fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, but we're coming into August and things are going to slow down and my kids are going back to school. So Kim's going back to school. It'll be a thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, the good thing is, even though you saw Kevin a whole bunch of times, one, you got to see Kevin a whole bunch, but 2, he also sent you some care packages and stuff like that, where you were like out in the middle of your camp stuff too as well, which is wild.
Peaches energy drinks. So it was really nice of him and Mr. Jorba have been hanging around a lot, so it's been fun. It's been good.
That's good. And so, how was your 4th too as well?
There was a holiday? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know, right?
250 years of America yesterday was awesome. We went out and did fireworks, and I grilled some steaks.
Yeah,
we went to the beach for a little bit, or the pool. Actually, we didn't go to the beach. We went to the pool. We went to the pool that's next to the beach. Went to my in-laws house. So we went to the pool and came back and threw some steaks on the grill and then went out and did fireworks. I got yelled at by a guy because I got a new flash for my camera probably 4 months ago, and I haven't had a chance to shoot it. I don't actually shoot flash normally, but at like sunsets and dark, like I would like to have some. So like Bella and her little boyfriend were out with us last night, and so they wanted some photos, and I was trying to figure out. I was like, oh great, it'd be a great opportunity for me like learn how to take flash and like not feel like flash, but I figured out. And the fireworks hadn't even started yet, and this dude's like yelling at me like, "Can you turn your flash off?" And I was like, because I'm ruining the show that hasn't started yet, guy. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, dude, at least for us, we of course we didn't go out and see any shows or anything like that. Foley said he spent the 4th eating burgers and enjoying a bowl. Yeah, well, that's one way to do it, dude. But I mean, burgers would be fantastic, Foley. I grilled up a bunch of chicken and stuff like that. We kind of did that, but
we almost went to go see Young Washington because I hear it's really good.
Yeah, that's what I heard too as well.
I heard it's like amazing. So I think we're actually going to go on Tuesday.
But yeah, so we wanted to staying here because the dog doesn't do well with fireworks. Son doesn't do well with fireworks. Yeah. And so we watched a couple of shows on TV, and we watched the one from NBC where they were showing like all the fireworks going off in New York, which. NBC, if you happen to be watching, which I know you're not, but your show was crap, absolute crap. The worst 4th of July show I've ever seen in my life. They had a cover band playing a bunch of different songs while the fireworks were going off. They had like Smells Like Teen Spirit, and they had like Halo, and they had I Just Wanted to Be Loved by Somebody. I'm like, well, we're supposed to be celebrating America's birthday here. Where's like America the Beautiful? Where's like, it was terrible. So then we switched over to Disney, and Disney did it right. from Nashville. They're live from Nashville.
They had
They
like
had
a
a bunch
it
of
was like a 48-hour program, like Disney Celebrates America or something. It was like they never went offline for like 2
yeah.
straight days or some mess like that for that show. It was
Yeah, it
wild.
was beautiful, dude. It was beautiful, and they did. Disney freaking knocked it out of the park.
Well, they
Um,
typically do those sorts of things. But you know what's been funny to me this summer in the middle of all the craziness? With my USA Orioles hat. I love this hat. It's so good. Um, it's my patriotic. It's patriotic time right now, so we can be a little patriotic. The videos on social media of all these like Australians and Europeans and
mhm.
like Irish people and whoever that have come over to the States to be a part of the World Cup, and they're all like, I don't know what everyone's complaining about. This country's awesome. Like,
Yeah,
it's been, I think, my favorite part
I
of the
know,
summer.
dude. Watching them eat stuff like brisket and like ribs. I remember I watched one video on these couple of guys from the UK, and they went to sit down to eat it, and they went to grab out their fork and knife, and like the owner of the restaurant runs
Oh
over and
yeah,
goes,
yeah,
"No, no,
yeah.
no,
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 no, no. It's not how you do
put
it. That's
that
how you do it.
down. That's not how
Yeah,
you do it."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And to watch like their reaction and stuff like that was absolutely phenomenal. Because I
The
think
what was it? The Australian guys that went to Texas Roadhouse. Did you see that one?
no, I have not seen that one.
Yeah. So it's like an Australian guy, and he's like, they've just got bread, and it's like it's bread from heaven, and it's got this great butter, and it's he's like, I don't even understand why Americans are upset all the time. You got Texas Roadhouse in your country. Just go there if you ever feel mad. Like it's hilarious, dude. Like it's been funny to see people, I think, experience a culture in a country
Mhm.
totally void of the lens that the media tries to put on it has been crazy. Because you
Yeah.
can say whatever you want, dude. This country kind of kicks butt, dude. Like
Oh,
America's awesome.
100%. We definitely do have our failings for sure. I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
in terms of like, where we're at freedom wise as a country, I think really there's a lot. I think we need to do some serious soul searching in America. And I think that's going to have to happen to figure out where we want to go forward because you look at, the rise and the push of Islam coming into the West. You look at the rise of socialism and stuff like that in some of the cities,
Yeah.
besides for New York, which has both a mixture of socialism and Islam. But you have it like pushing its head up now into Denver too as well.
Yep.
So we're kind of like at a crossroads. What do we want to be as a country? Because socialism is not going to work out, and it's not going to make anybody happy. It's not going to make you happy as a content
Nope.
creator or as a consumer either.
So
It just
I'm not like I'm not super political, and I'm not going
yeah.
to get political. I promise. I'm not going to do it. But I will say this: I have theory. I have theory on why what you just said is happening, and my theory is we we are a what's what I say? Like we're a warrior nation,
Mhm.
and we have not had a common enemy for a long time. Like we have not had a common enemy. And so like whether it was the World Wars or Vietnam or the Cold War or in the 90s Desert Storm and all those things, and for a brief period September 11th, like this country rallies and stays unified when we're at war and when we have an enemy. And we have not had a common enemy for so long that we've like kind of turned on ourselves, I think. That's my theory. So
Yeah, I think it's a little bit probably of that, but I also think the the way that the education system has drastically brainwashed our
yeah,
children.
100%. 100%.
I think it kind of started like underneath when I was a kid, and my parents were busy, working and trying to provide for the family and stuff like that. I'm not going to dog them for that, but all that stuff kind of crept them underneath there, and they figured out that it's the same thing they did with a lot of other kind of hot topic political issues, right?
Yeah.
If you can't turn someone to your belief system and your worldview, then you go after the children.
Yep.
That's just what you do
Yep.
because they're an easier target, they're more
Yep.
open, and they're more malleable, right? You can
Yep.
basically form their worldview to kind of basically how you want it. And so that's why, you see so many kids even now, once they get out of high school and they go to college, they go in looking one way, they come out totally different
Yeah.
because they've just been brainwashed.
I agree with
It's
you on the school front,
staggering.
100%. I agree with you on the school front, but I also think that, like, even in pop culture, there's so many things that are done to, like, destroy the family unit. You look back in, like, the
Yeah, I agree.
50s and the 60s, I mean, up into the 70s, like, dad was, like, the king of the world, and, dad was everyone's hero, and dad was the key feature of the family, but, like, since the 70s going to the 80s, every piece of content has been like, dad's the idiot and he messes everything up, and oh, dad's such a dopey, and ho, he fell down and he hit his head and he lost his job and now mom has to take care of everything. And like, and there's just all these things that are happening to like kind of erode that like family dynamic, which is super, 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 super
Mhm.
strong, and to your point, like when they can erode that and then they can influence the kids, like, well, your parents don't really know, uh, regardless of the topic, whether it's the stuff that we're dealing with right now with transgender rights among children
Mhm.
and lack of whatever those things are. And again, like I don't mean to turn this into a political show. I'm just saying like there are so many things that are chipping away. And
Yep.
again, like these are the things that happen when you're not being the warrior country that you were. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're bored. Like we're not focused on what we're normally focused on. So I think it's funny. Like I watch what's that guy's name on Twitter? He's a social media influencer. Is it Henry Sisson? Is that his name? The little
Uh,
skinny white lib
oh
kid.
yeah,
And he
something like
was like a 5-minute video because Trump is on the new like his name is like endorsing the $100 bill. And like, what an egomaniac to put. I was like, what? What are we
who
talking
cares?
about? Who cares? Who cares? Helmet Fire's in the chat. Good to see you, Helmet Fire. I haven't seen guys. I've been gone for the better part of 3 weeks. I've been live twice in like a
Mhm.
month, and
Let me switch scenes
woo,
here.
good to see you guys. Helmet Fire's here. Empire's here. Custodian's here. Foley's here. Keysodum's in here.
That's right. All the sexy people, all the people that are amazing are in chat right now. Anybody else who's not here, you're amazing, but you're not as amazing, I think, as everybody else in chat. But it's really good to see all you guys.
Yep. All right, Tex. We've derailed as normal. We started. We're talking. What's the plan? Put the show back on
dude,
the.
it's kind of hard, right? Because I mean, we just come off being like the 4th of July and all that other kind of stuff.
You look like
Talking about the shows, I mean, there's NBC, I think, totally did a disservice. And, my wife was like, I don't get it. Why do they do it so bad? And I said, well, it's because, they push this narrative of, they don't have any kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like pride of country or anything like that.
No.
So, of course, they're not going to.
Nationalism is a dirty word.
Yeah. And it's not. You go to anywhere else in the world and people have pride for their nationality and stuff. There's nothing wrong with being an American. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Jesus. Fire said I'm watching less and less of Rumble these days. Well,
I
there
mean,
you have
to
it.
be favor, Helmet, to be fair, you're super busy, bro.
Yeah.
And fully,
I'll be honest with you too. Social media, it's a whole thing. Like
I know.
It's a whole thing. Look, man, I'm trying. It's funny. Like the complaint with Rumble from the complaining contingent, I guess we'll just call them that, like the usual suspects of complainers on social media, so many times it's been like, well, they don't communicate to us, right? And yeah, I'm dialed in. And then this time they gave us a pretty significant heads up, considering that normally when changes happen to the program, they happen at midnight on the new month, and you find out by logging in and seeing what your new goals are. But they gave us lead time and effectively proved why they don't give us lead time. Because the mother lovers had the torches and the pitchforks and everything out as hard as they can. I saw somebody, and I'm not going to say a name, they wrote a 2-page poem where they basically rewrote the remember the 5th of November, but it was like, oh Rumble, why do you hate us? Like, it was like the stupid, but like it was so long, like
I didn't hear about that like at all.
thousands of words about how Rumble is turned on its creators, which I think is insane. I mean, I don't want to get into like all of the normal talking points about this, but I want to say this, man. Like, I just want to encourage people again, like, create the content that you love to create because you love to create it. Like this whole deal, like we're all professionals and like all like, look, dude, if you have less than 20,000 followers, less than 50,000 followers, and you have less than hundreds of viewers at a time, like just go play your video game and have fun. Goof off with your buddies, have fun, meet your metrics, talk to your chat, and have a great time. The rest of it, yeah.
All right, Helmet, take care, dude. Have yourself a wonderful post 4th of July. Hopefully it was good for you. Always good to see you when you come around. If you guys have not gone and checked out Helmet Fire, he's building some amazing stuff with sticks.gg. So make sure you guys go there, create an account. It's an amazing social platform that talks about nothing but gaming, and all the topics are involved with gaming. Even if there's politics in the game, you can talk about it there too as well. So, but have fun. It is great. A lot of great people over there. Make sure you guys check it out. Sticks.gg.
Foley with the quote of the night says, American Twitter is just left-wing nutcases.
A lot of times, yes.
Yeah.
And Foley says, I was going to apply for the creator program this month, but they just had the, and I think that the required shorts, that's a part that's really hard for me. And I've, you and I, Ray, we talked about this, like even off stream.
I don't think, I mean, I disagree a little bit because I think that at the core of it, the frustration is built off the fact that people don't understand what the creator program actually is. And I'm not saying that about you. I want to be very clear. I'm not, because I know that you know.
Yep.
Especially as like a former ambassador, like, and someone that's been behind the curtain a little bit. But like, people don't realize that this creator program is the exact same layout of a partner program as if you were a partner of a chair company or of a drink company or of a game developer or whatever things are. Like, Rumble is paying you as a creator to demonstrate and to use their tools. They just are. That's why you're getting paid. They're getting paid because they want people to sign up for premium. They want people to make shorts. They want people to use ad reads. So they have a group of people that are on quote unquote staff. This idea that the Rumble Creator Program is because any of us have earned being a professional is just idiotic. Like, it's completely and totally devoid of any rationale or any common sense. Rumble is paying you as a creator to be an ambassador of the tools that they use for creators, period. That's the point. So if shorts is not taking off the way they want to take off, it absolutely makes sense for the people that are on the payroll to start making shorts. Now, what I do agree with you on is using Rumble Studio, which is super limited in its editing. That didn't make any sense. And they fixed that pretty immediately. I understand that 20 shorts is a lot. I'm not saying we can go around and around. But at the core of it, if you are in agreement to be a Rumble Premium creator who they are paying, they're not paying you because they love small creators. Like, that is such a stupid mindset. Rumble loves small creators, so they're paying for what? You think they just have money lying around to give you? It doesn't make any sense. Like, Glitch Energy, when they existed, and Freshen Up and Dubby and any Ghost, okay, they send you free product, not because they think you're a cool dude. They send you free product because it is an advertising expense for them so that people see you drinking their product while you're live. That's the point. Like, it's just really difficult for me to like see people who are so hell-bent on Rumble is here for the small streamer, and they created a platform where we could be small and we could make money by being small. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Clip me. I don't care. You're an idiot if you think that's the case. Like, you don't understand business. You don't understand marketing. You don't understand the entertainment industry at all. Brother, if you can't find the commodity, guess what? You're it. Like, that's the whole point. And so, like, I think that maybe, I've seen people say they could have ramped it up. I could argue plus or minus, but like, the reality of it is, if they're paying us, they can ask us to do whatever, and it's up to us to hit it or to not.
Yep.
And people can argue the money's not good enough. Great. So make your decision. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff here that I think is silly. Kick legendarily, I think prior to Rumble, had one of the better monetization processes for creators, right? But if you got paid by Kick, you have to advertise their gambling platform that funds all of it. It's a non-negotiable, whether you agree with gambling or not. If you want to take a paycheck from Kick, you have to do that. So here's what I'd like to say to you. Even if Raymond, if RD, if This Is the Ray, if whatever legal name and non-legal name of me you want to use, if I don't hit my metrics and I flunk out or get kicked out, because that's the words that people want to use of this program, then guess what? I'm still more monetized on this platform by my community than I am on any other platform. Yep. They're not demonetizing me, which people are saying, and that's wrong. All they're doing is they're saying that you are not upholding the deliverables to get a monthly paycheck, regardless of what that paycheck is. So like it does frustrate me a little bit. Um, I guess apparently, clearly, it's frustrating me, but like, like I see this nonstop parade of just whining and entitlement and like, well, Rumble, oh, dude, Rumble doesn't owe us any. If Rumble shut my account down tomorrow for any reason, guess who can do that? Rumble can do that. But yeah, like if you feel like they're weeding you out, it's probably because you need to get weeded out. Like I said to you the minute those new metrics came out, I said, I got to get to work if I want to stay in.
Yep.
And guess
Me
what?
too.
It's up to me to decide on whether I want to stay in or not. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I do. I see for me, and this just is personally for me. That I'm struggling with the whole thing with shorts because I just don't have enough freaking time to do it. That's honestly, chat. That's what it is. And I do agree with you that it is their platform. If they want to push the shorts, I totally get that. I also think though on the flip side of that, they also need to make sure that it is something that, you know, if someone does do it, that they're going to see some traction with it. And I know from my own personal, just a couple of shorts that I've done already, that, you know, I have to actually post it to elsewhere in order to get any kind of traction or views on those things, which is kind of crazy. What's up, Weaves? What's up, Views?
Well, but here's the thing too. You know this, but you know this. You said the views. The algorithm has to be programmed. The algorithm cannot be programmed if no one's uploading to the algorithm. So I
know, and I get that. Okay. But, you know, so a lot of people have issues with that too, as well. It's like, well, why are they going to do all this work if, you know, there's not enough discovery, and there's, you know, pros and cons for that too, as well. And I get that with the discovery. You know, for me, it's just a matter of time. And so pigeonholing me into doing kind of content that I don't normally make because I just don't have time to make it is extremely difficult for me to swallow. That's just the truth, chat. And Rumble, if you're watching, I still love you. I still love being on the platform. I still think Rumble's where to be. You know, and to your point too, as well. And everybody needs to understand that, you know, even if they want you to do shorts and all the other kind of stuff, right? And they moved the goalposts with the chatters and the watch hours, which needed to happen. It needed to happen.
Yeah.
You're not demonetized. The only thing that you're missing is the bonus from the platform. You can still come on. I mean, I posted on X about it earlier this week, right? X decided to come out with their new creator program. They put out the requirements for you to even be able to collect subs, chat. Just to be able to collect subs, you have to have 2,000 verified followers on the platform, and you have to have 5 million organic impressions within 3 months.
That's
a ton. Now, it's doable because they have a big user base, but you got to figure out their algorithm, and then you got to figure that kind of stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you have to figure out, again, like, are you creating content to feed an algorithm, or are you creating the content that you want to create? And like, if you're trying to make this a career or a income stream, and I'm talking about X right now, I'm not talking about Rumble, I'm talking about X, you have to make those decisions. Like, what percentage of my content is organic, like my content, and what percentage of my content is specifically trying to hit numbers and feed algorithms and nurse discoverability? Like, that's the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Spitfire, anytime you can get here is totally fine. Weebs and Kaboom, it's good to see it. And Fuse, you're absolutely right.
Fuse is in chat. Yep.
I remember, and of course, dude, let me do this too as well, Fuse, while you're here. Congratulations, dude. He is one of the very few select channels to stream in the world's largest esports event, right? Isn't that how it goes, Fuse? You're going to be carrying it live on your Rumble channel. Dude, congrats to Fuse.
Fuse is an esports freaking legend.
So if you guys are not following him, make sure you guys go and follow him. I'd love to see all the hard work that man is doing. Amazing
Also,
stuff.
genuinely good dude.
Yes, like, 100%.
Just a good dude.
Fuse is the same on stream as he is off stream. 100%. I can guarantee it.
Let me ask you this. I was going to ask a question because, like, one of the big, you know, the arguments about this have been it's unfair. They're weeding us out. You know what I mean? Like, there's been all those sorts of things, right? I'll be honest with you. Okay. You know what I mean? I think that we're paying the piper for the fact that the creator program had such a small barrier of entry to the beginning. I don't believe that this happened because they're bringing in quote big name stream. I don't think that's the case. I just personally don't. I don't know. I want to be very clear. I don't know anything about any of the deals that Rampage or this new chick got that everyone's acting like she's bought herself. I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know anything. That's not my point. But I don't believe that the money they're giving them is making them not be able to afford all of the creators. Here's what I actually think is happening. I think they're paying a whole bunch of creators who are not growing the platform because they don't think they're supposed to grow the platform. And that's what they're weeding out. This is just Ray's opinion. Like, this is completely ignorant. I don't know anything about any of it. I'm just saying they bring in multiples of 10 new creators to the program every month. They do. Okay. If the pool is the pool is the pool, then as the creators grow, then effectively the pool shrinks, right? Like, you would think that. But if I'm the guy investing the funds into the program and I'm looking and there's a huge portion of my creator pool who doesn't have any premium signups, who never is doing ad reads, who's not using my tools, who's not other than being live. And like, I don't know, again, like Fuse, correct me, but like, when did going live on this platform equal I get a monthly salary?
I would probably have to say once they kind of finalized whatever, what is it? We've been doing it a little bit over a year now with the official.
The creator program's been a little bit over a year.
Probably since then, which is just kind of, bred to some degree kind of entitlement. And I get it. Some of the things that people say, I get, because they do have some valid points. There's other people that bitch and complain just to bitch and complain for whatever.
100%.
And so, it's got, I'm sure it's tough for Rumble to try to juggle it all and try to figure out, okay, where do we kind of go from here? But yeah, so if you said when Rumble started calling everyone who got into the creator program a premium creator, people gain entitlement from that. And that's true, Fused. I agree.
Yeah, but they did that because the heart behind it. And like, it's so funny. I dare you. I dare anyone that's listening to this. Go on Twitter and try to define the Rumble premium creator. I know for a fact, an inarguable fact, that the intention is to push Rumble Premium.
Yep.
That we're getting paid to sell premium. That's why we have to do premium hours. The intention is for us to onboard people. Okay. I said that one time on Twitter. Once I said that, and it was like the most blasé. I was like, I don't understand what the big deal is. The whole point of us getting paid is because they want us to onboard people into premium. And you would have thought that I like raped Whistler's mother. You know what I mean? Like the whole, like, how dare you? Who do you think you are? That they pay us because they like small. Dude, no, they don't. They don't. They are not paying you because you're good at Call of Duty. They're not paying you because it's fun to watch you. Like, the people who are worried about failing out, maybe even me. Okay. I want to be so super clear. When like, they're not paying us because we have brought over masses of eyeballs from other platforms. That is why they're paying Doc and Rampage and all those people. Again, now this is not official. This is just Ray reading tea leaves. No one's told me this. I'm just saying, like, if you look at marketing, this is how marketing and business works. Okay. You don't go out and sign Ronaldo as a Miami American soccer team for $10 quadrillion unless you think that it's going to make a global impact and triple and quadruple the investment that you made. That's how it works. You don't go sign, Ohtani as the Dodgers for $1 billion unless you have a firm belief that him being on your team is going to do more than that in marketing and ticket sales and hat sales and jersey sales and all that stuff. So, like, again, like, we got to like come to grips with it. Like, we are not name brand creators that have an echo across every platform that deserves a contract just for being here. So that's my
yeah. Hey, what's up, DFF? Good to see you, sir. Putting on his indie game showcase too as well, which was freaking amazing. But so, you know, Fuse says DreamHack turned you down twice, which is so strange, Fuse, you know, because like myself and Mrs. Ma'am got in the first time, and that like kicked the door open, and I think they pulled in like 10 or 15 or something.
We had
like
a bunch in the spring
last time, which was great to see. I'm so thankful for that, and for so many different reasons, because you know it's great that the creators that we have on Rumble right now, that those of us that make content here and stuff like that, that we're actually getting seen, and that people are like, you know, recognizing the fact that we are legitimate content creators here. We are. Just because we're on Rumble doesn't change anything. But be that as may, back to the creator program. I think that, you know, you're absolutely right about the way that they're kind of doing it. Now, I will say this, that I do believe that Rumble is for the smaller creator for one particular reason. Not because we get the paycheck from the creators program, but because anybody who comes here who verifies who they are, they can be monetized from day one.
Yeah.
Okay. You almost can't do that on just about any platform out there. Not the only platform that I know that you can even do that from is Odyssey. Even like, you know, we're live right now on Blaze, and I appreciate my Blaze family too as well. Bunch of great, fantastic people over there. Same thing on VP Zone 2 as well. You have to meet certain metrics in order to even allow yourself to get any kind of, you know, partnership or anything like that. Like in Blaze, for example, like you have to constantly be getting subs to stay in their verified partner program. And that's fine. That's the way they want to do it. It's great. But they also pay their viewers, which I think is a great thing. And that's a whole other question. But every platform has,
they do it a different way.
Yeah, exactly. Every platform has its own way of doing things, and this is the way that it's being done over on Rumble. Now, still trying to figure out how to do 20 shorts this month is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to try, even though I'm going to go kicking and screaming. And that's because I love being on Rumble, and I believe in the platform 100%. You know, whether all the ups and downs, all the good and bad, which some of you guys know, on the back end of things, you know, they have still shown themselves to me to be a platform that does have some integrity, that does actually, you know, try to fight for us, believe it or not.
Yeah, and respectfully, it's not been perfect all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it won't, because you're dealing with humans.
But they've made it right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you know.
I agree. And so that to me is very important. It's very telling about a platform in terms of how they treat their content creators. You know what I mean? So, you know, all the people that are complaining about, you know, being kicked out of the program, I get it. I understand
but you're
the frustration, and
out.
I understand. I know.
Like,
I understand that you're like, you know, I'm going to have trouble with the views. I'm going to have trouble with the chatters and stuff. I totally get all that, guys. I do, but it's doable. It's workable. We gotta hunker down. We've got to, you know, do whatever we can to try to make ourselves successful if we want to stay in the program.
But there's a type. Can we talk about the type? The type of the people that are complaining about this. There's a type. Okay.
Yeah, there is.
They come over to Rumble, and they get in, and they're like, oh, I've only got to get 100 followers, and they're going to start paying me a monthly salary. That's awesome. Like, that's easier than everywhere. I should be able to do that. And they come in and they're like, I failed out of Twitch. I failed out of Kick. I failed out of YouTube. I can't get a community anywhere else. And they start to build a community on Rumble. Right. And at first, everything's great. And they're going to take over Rumble. I'm the new thing on Rumble. And that's what you see on social media. Look at me. I'm here for Rumble, and I'm going to take over, and I'm going to turn this platform into whatever. And I'm going to make millions of dollars. I'm going to do all the things. Well, and then they get in, they start getting paid. They're like, well, the money's not what I thought it was going to be. Okay, well, then you are free as a creator to get your community to support you. Okay, that's how content creation works. That's how streamers work. We make our money based off of people donating to us, not necessarily deals from the platform, unless you have a bajillion people following you.
Yeah,
and then there's that disappointment, and then the viewers aren't there. And then I'm seeing people saying, "Well, I'm a premium creator, so where's my guaranteed features? Where's my guaranteed viewers? Where's my guaranteed this?" Show me where the contract said that. I never saw it.
Yeah.
I never saw anywhere that saying it was happening. And they get frustrated, and then they fail out, and then they start complaining about everything. And then after they're complaining about everything, now they like, well, I'm leaving Rumble. It is the life cycle of these and these people. They moved from Rumble. They're going to Blaze now. Have you seen how much drama these former Rumble guys or current former Rumble guys are making on VP Zone? Like 3 weeks ago, they were rallying with pitchforks at VP Zone, trying to burn them to the ground because they were pissed off that VP Zone's terms of use are not Rumbles. I watched a guy angry because VP Zone said, hey, we think Tritards is offensive. Don't use that.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, oh my God. What kind of a suppressive website would do such a thing? Well, dude, you know what? You didn't hack it on Rumble. You didn't hack it on Twitch. You didn't hack it on Kick. You didn't hack it on YouTube. You didn't hack it on Fake. Can I keep going? And now you're mad that a non-free speech platform is angry at your name when it's offensive? What are we talking about?
Yeah, like, you need to check your mic, dude.
Yeah, I'm screaming too much, so my mic's
yes, exactly. I know your family's going to come over and check on you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, tomorrow there'll be a new creator. He's going to be named John the Creator, and he's going to come in. He's going to be like, John the Creator is overtaking Rumble. I'm the best ever because I just got in the program. Blah 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 blah. And then within 30 days, he's going to be like, I'm leaving Rumble and taking my talents elsewhere. And it's like, dude, goodbye.
Yeah, I know. And to be fair, DFF, he says it's roughly 100,000 times harder to build on Rumble versus everywhere else. And to some degree, you're right about that, DFF. But I will say this: the difference between, say, building somewhere else and Rumble, if you go into people's communities and you hang out and chat and you talk with people, the sense of community here on this platform is greater than just about any other platform there's been. What's up, 100%. Mischief? I see you. So it's important to do that, and eventually you just go and hang out, and then someone talks to you and they're like, oh, what do you do? It's like, oh, do you play games? Do you content creator or whatever? And then it kind of comes through naturally. And then that's one of the ways that you can also grow on here, where like, if you go to another, like say like Twitch, and you tell somebody in chat 9 times out of 10 that you're a content creator, you're banned, you're kicked, or they're like, okay, you can be in here, but don't talk about what you do. Nobody wants to, And so there's that whole entire kind of dynamic that's different here on Rumble compared to another platform. And that's why you have stuff like what Joker's doing with the community raid features, where they're going and they're raiding different community members to try to help them build up with their raids, right? Pudge is doing the same thing in his community. And so you see, I think even the Tritards are now trying to do that too. I forget. But you see all that kind of, community building and kind of, even though everyone's kind of in their bubble now for whatever particular reason, to where you see people kind of doing that and wanting to help people and members in their community. And that's what makes Rumble different than a lot of the other ones,
but to your point, you're still monetized.
Exactly, correct.
Regardless.
Now, I do want to say this too as well, because Foley put this in, and let me make sure that I move this over really fast. Hopefully it's working, because I think I probably broke it. Let's see, is it going to go away? No, okay, it's working. Okay, there we go. We'll put this right here. So Foley says, he hates that he has to download a clip, and then when he goes to upload that clip, it doesn't even count as a short. And just to kind of tell you how that works, Foley, whenever you guys do make a short, make sure it's vertical. Don't keep it horizontal. You have to do it. If you do it vertical, you'll be fine. It'll recognize it as a short. It'll count. Bob's your uncle. So make sure you're doing that when you're doing that. The Equestrian is saying the biggest problem you saw with the new parameters is needing 75 chatters now. And let me just pin this here. Needing 75 chatters now, but no raise in the follower count. No one gets 75% of their followers chatting. They need to boost the follower count. I don't know if necessarily I would think. I think with the chatters, I think is probably a better kind of dynamic to go for than the followers, because I mean, followers,
isn't Twitch like 200 unique chatters?
No, Twitch is a whole different. You got to do so many streams, and it's been so long since I've got my partnership.
Twitch or Kicks? No, somebody has a unique chatter. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah,
I know it's 200.
I think it's Kick.
So like again, guys, like I want to be very clear. Like I agree on this platform and with the amount of viewers there are, because we talked about this when we were talking to the guys from Blaze. When you have creators supporting creators and platforms, hey, if everyone's live at the same time, who's watching?
Yep.
Right. Like that's the thing. So like, yeah, I mean, I get it. And it's going to be some work, but I think it's work that's possible. Like I think it's completely probable to do it. I'm sorry I yelled. I just get so frustrated, because it's like, it's a good thing.
No way.
You know, like it's a pretty good thing that's going. Fuse says they need to do a boost to boost the follower count from 100 to at least 500.
Oh, wow.
No one's getting 500 watch hours in a month with only 100 followers. I mean,
I'm so sorry, hon. Sorry, bud.
no,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, no, sorry. Good friend of the family just passed. So
Oh no,
that's all right.
you good?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all
You
right.
need to go?
No, I'm okay.
You sure?
I'm positive. 100% I'm positive.
You definitely don't need to listen to me yell for 30 more minutes.
So
I'm just saying, like,
no, it's fine. I don't mind listening to you yell, and it's totally fine. A few says they do need to boost the follower count from like 100 to at least 500. Next to no one is getting to 500 watch hours in a month with only 100 followers. And that's true, Fuse. I think maybe with the follower count and that aspect would be true. If that's you were talking about a question, I thought you were talking about to like stay in the platform, to stay in the creator program. You know what I mean? Like you have to get, 200 followers a month in order to stay in the in the creator program. I would be like, well, probably that's not. I appreciate that.
I think that what we said earlier is a real thing, Tex. Like we are paying the piper for the fact that the barrier to entry was so low for a year. You know what I mean? Like, and eventually, if you want it to improve, and I'm saying like if you're the advertiser that's investing and you wanted your product to improve, then you have to raise the barrier to entry. So all the people that got in under the old one are going to be pissed. They're going to feel slighted if they're not performing. And like, but the anarchy has been palpable.
Well, I mean, the thing that trips me out about the whole thing, and if I'm being honest with everybody, that so many people complained about having to get like Rumble Premium. For example, like if you're going to be a creator on X to get subs, you have to have X Premium.
To pay for it. Yeah.
Okay. But besides that, you're paying $10 a month to make like, what was it, like $225 minimum at the time? I mean, we don't know. We're going to see what happens this next month with everybody that's kind of fallen out. But you're basically paying $10 to make like $212. It's like a no-brainer. You're getting like, it's like a 1,000,000% like return on your investment. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
But Sentinel also brought up a point too. He says everybody in their bubble doesn't matter what and that's true, Sentinel. A lot of people do kind of have like their own bubble. And it like here it wasn't so much that way, though it's kind of evolved into that, which I mean all of us
it's becoming pretty tribal.
Oh, dude, it's becoming very tribal. And of course, you're able to kind of tell that, watching that kind of happen. And I knew eventually it was going to kind of happen. I was kind of hoping it'd be a long time before we'd even see something like that happen. You know what I mean?
Well, and again, like I just
Bragniac.
Whatever the metrics are, if I don't hit them, I'm responsible.
Yeah.
Like, and I just don't understand, I mean, I made the mistake, I guess, to get your clip buttons ready. When everyone was melting down on social media the day that this email came out, I noticed that the biggest argument was like, Rumble's turned on small creators, or I'm a small creator. How can you expect me to X? Or I have a family and a career. And like, dude, so do I. I've been offline for 3 weeks driving around the freaking world to do my actual job. You know what I did? I got all my hours done before I left. You know what I mean? Like under the old metrics. Now the new metrics will be tougher. I agree. But I made the observation that, man, there's a lot of people hiding behind this title of small creator today, because immediately they held up small creator like it was the shield that was supposed to protect them. And then, dude, oh my God, brother. Like, again, like you'd have thought that like I was robbing people or something. And it's like, I just don't understand why we don't inwardly, introspectively try to figure out what's working and what's not. If you don't want to meet the metrics, then I would encourage you to focus on your community to be your source of income on the platform, which you get more of your sub revenue here than anywhere else. You're monetized earlier here than anywhere else. Just don't do the program.
Yeah.
Just don't do the program.
I don't, I think that, I think for each of us, I think it's an important kind of thing that we all need to do, really, to figure out, what we can do to improve our content, what we can do to kind of better ourselves or to have like the right kind of, view and stuff like that. Like I don't hear, of course, Twitch is its own entire beast, but even like getting into Twitch partner, I mean, that right there is an absolute drive. It's a grind.
It's hard.
It's a grind, right?
And look, I failed. I didn't do it. I'm what's the thing below that? Affiliate.
An affiliate.
Mm-hmm. I made affiliate. I was like, sweet. Never made partner.
Yeah, well, and here's a news flash for everybody. Like, especially like being partnered on Twitch and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It definitely has like its pluses and minuses, though it does a lot of times feel like they can care less whether or not I'm a partner there or not. A lot of times, so being a partner is not in and of itself basically the best thing to do. The best thing to do is to be the best content creator you can.
Yeah.
Try to figure out where you've gone good, where you've kind of gone bad, and then try to pivot and try different things until you find something that sticks for you. Twitch is like walking on eggshells. It can be fully 100%. They have a lot of great tools and stuff like that for content creators there. And there's a lot of people that develop for the platform as third-party developers, which
there's a ton.
Rumble, you need to take note of that, and you need to make it happen on Rumble. If you do that, this platform will explode, because I've talked to so many other different developers that struggle to develop here, and they don't want to be here because of that. They don't make it easy. So anyway, that's one way to kind of help the platform. But Sentinel says, you want to be a good content creator, get a source of income that's not from content creation.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. A lot of content creators are diversified in their income. And I think that's important.
I have so many jobs.
I know you do. I'm like, hey, Ray, can I talk to you? Like, dude, I'm traveling to Vegas. And I talk to him the next day. He's like, I'm going back to Florida and all this other stuff. Okay, it looks like the bot's here. So if there's anything here you guys do want to see, do ! Clip. And it should work in chat. If you guys
thank God it just started working now.
Yes.
I could not be happier. I'm just saying, Fan Man, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Yeah, again, like multiple streams of income as a content creator is hugely important, and understanding where you fit. And I think that being honest with yourself is hugely important. Tex, I have had this conversation privately 1,000 times. Like, I know who I am and I know who I'm not. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, my content is at its best when it's, me and my buddies chatting about cutting up and having a good time and creating clippable content from there, but nobody ever became the next viral sensation because they complained about their platform on social media. It never happened. It's literally never happened, And so this whole, like, frankly, toxic tribalism of like, well, you're either with us or you're against us, or are you on X person's team, or are you on? No, dude, I'm not on anybody's team. You know what I mean? Like,
you're on my team though.
I do love Tech.
Okay, that's what I say. I had to throw that out there because just had to make sure, Chad, if he's on my show, you better be Club Tex at least for an hour. At least for an hour a week. At least
for 1 hour a week, I'm on Tex's team. I mean, like, we like, again, like, if you have to go online and beg people to pull up multiple browser sources with multiple windows, or you're doing that to your own content to hit watch hour goals, yeah, I get that you're pissed off right now. Because if you couldn't get the other watch hours, these are impossible, But also, if we were to be honest with ourselves, does any platform deserve to pay me if I cannot hit easy metrics? And again, if I do not hit, I should not be paid.
Yeah. Really, 1 second. What's up, Raiders from Twitch side? Higgy rating with 30 viewers. Thank you very much, Higgy. I appreciate that. Boom says that Higgy sucks, so they
came here instead.
I appreciate that, yeah. Higgy. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
If you guys are not following Higgy over on Twitch, make sure you do that. And Higgy, you still got to come over here and Rumble too, man. You got to try Rumble Waters.
Try it once or twice.
I promise it's not too bad. It's a little bit cold sometimes, but it'll be fine.
We're doing it.
But welcome on in, Raiders. Thank you so much for the raid, Higgies. I appreciate that, dude. But yeah, so anyway, to get back to like the whole tribalism, that kind of a thing. It's kind of weird the way that that's all kind of like played out, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And how everyone's is kind of like at each other's throats now and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, you know, I just want to make content and have a good time. You know what I mean? Whoever that, whatever that entails, you know what I mean? And so I think that at least for me, that's kind of like where I'm at as you know, and how that kind of, thank you, Pepperoni. Appreciate that. I don't know. It's just weird, dude. It's just really weird. Everything like on kind of Rumble over the last like couple of months, it just feels like very, very strange.
Is it one of those like the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Is that kind of like the thing? You know what I mean?
That's what it kind of feels like sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and it's weird because again, you've got there's jealousy, there's entitlement, there's like, I mean, you could pick any of the 7 deadly sins and throw it out there, it probably tracks right now. But like, you know, I get it. We don't all love each other's content, right? And like, I'll say it this way. Look, Joker's content may not be for you, right? That's okay. But like, that's been his content on every platform he's ever been on. He came on this show. Joker came on this show 10 months ago, 8 or 10 months ago. And on this show, he said, this is who I am and this is what I do. Okay. You know what? That might not be the content that I consume. I might totally disagree with you, but like, go do what you do. I have the option to not take part in it if I don't want to. There are other groups of people that have different types of content. I know people get really mad at Lumpy because Lumpy says all the time, you're not good enough or whatever it is that he says. And he's sometimes, I mean, he's right a lot of the times. He doesn't say it probably in a way that people love to hear it be said. But like he said that building your or basing your growth off of group events is not long-term success.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not wrong. We've seen that. Now, again, like I think you said it pretty antagonistically. And like all of us have had our issues with like different whatevers that have been said. Like it's part of content creation. We're in a public forum. It's all this kind of stuff. I am pretty white bread for a lot of people. I'm like the semi-nice guy gamer dad. Like
I'm still trying to figure out what I am. You know,
I'm trying
to figure out what I am.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's funny. Somebody called me from Rumble about a week ago, and they were like, if they've made you the villain, you know what I mean? Like, who won't be the next villain? And I think the point that I'm making here is not that I actually care whether like whatever people say or don't say. I know what I'm doing. I know who I am. I know whatever. But like, people will look for that edge. And if they think that they can tear someone down that's having any amount of success, and like, let's be clear, my success is very, very small.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can tear me down to pull me down to where they are, it'll make them feel better, you know? And I think that's where the tribalism comes from. I think it's a lot of people who are trying to grift attention based off of other people. And like, whether you like Joker specifically, whether you love him, hate him, or indifferent, people talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you love him or hate him or indifferent, people will use that name to try to create a platform that they don't currently have. And so like, I think you should just pay attention to what's happening. And then you'll kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. And again, like, I'm not saying go be pro Joker or pro Lumpy or anti Joker. I'm actually standing right in the middle of this. I'm just making a point. These are people who end up being at the core of the conversation because how dare they this and how dare they that? Yeah, guys, again, like track record, it's always been that. Why are we confused? I would just say if that's not your content, block, unfollow, move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, what's up? What's up, G2G? Good to see you.
Fully said, come after me and see how fast you get flame.
Yeah, DFF wants to know when he's coming on. We can definitely talk about that, DFF, because I would love to talk to you about.
I think Tex is looking for a new co-host. So
yeah,
sooner than later.
After tonight, chat, it's going to be open. No, just kidding. No, but yeah, dude, I'd love to have him because, especially, I mean, he just did. Of course, he did Stream Next Fest with us
Yeah,
not this
yeah.
time, but the time before that with us. It was a fantastic event.
I
And then
wish
he
I could
did
have
it.
been involved this time, but
Yeah, I know, dude. We just had too many irons in the fire. I mean, as
yeah.
you guys know, we're now pushed out to, we support Blaze with Helix Tools. We now support Twitch too as well. And thank you again, Higgy, for the raid. I very much appreciate that. We've got, different games. We've got different chat engagement tools right now. We put out Blades. We put out VP Zone, fixed clipping. So now whenever you guys are in someone's stream that has our bot in there, like mine's in here right now, you see Rum Live alerts. If you guys see something that you guys like, do ! clip. As long as I got it turned on, it's going to save right to their account. Yep. Drizzy Drat, very good to see you. And so we got some other software and stuff that we're going to be releasing really, really soon. Something that Ray and I are using right now, which is a fantastic tool, and I can't wait to share with you guys.
I don't even know. When I was gone, did you guys talk about that at all?
No, we haven't.
Go private. Ooh, cool.
We haven't. No, because
give me 2 more weeks, Tex. Give me 2 more weeks.
Well, because we have some testers, and I don't necessarily want to say who, but we have some big name testers that are helping test it out to try to make sure that it's functioning the way that it is. And I so very much appreciate
How
it. If
dare you work with those people, Tex?
I know, and I appreciate the tab, Drizzy.
We're just joking. We're just joking.
That, so I'm trying to get all the bugs ironed out, and I'm so freaking close I can taste it, so I can release this and you guys can have fun, because we've got stuff like, raffles now built into as well. So if you guys want to do any particular type of giveaways, you guys can do a raffle with an image and all that other kind of stuff. We gave away some games the other night too as well.
That's fun.
So Fan Man says, is there some kind of rumble wedge? Are creatures separating? Fan Man, there's tribalism that's kind of happening, and it was bound to happen. It was just a matter of time. People start saying this person's better than this person and so forth. And it happens. There's nothing you can do about it. Just do the best that you can, make the best content kind of creation that you can make friends, have fun, and just enjoy the journey along the way. And you'll figure stuff out of what you like and what
have
you
fun
don't.
doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Again, I totally get it. I agree with you. Just because you're a live streamer doesn't mean you're an editor, right? And that's where the Rumble Shorts thing is a little bit different, because I won't say, I'm not trying to be offensive, and this is definitely not pointing at you, because I saw people talking about this earlier, like, well, the creator is not necessarily a streamer, and a streamer is not necessarily a creator. Well,
yeah,
they're different tools in the tool belt, which is what this show talks about, right? I think it's been 2 years, if not 3 years, that we've been on the wave of people trying to communicate to people to understand that as a content creator, the bar of entry is so high to make it as a streamer. It's not 2018 anymore. It's not 2019 anymore. It's not 2020 or even 2021. Okay. So the idea of getting live and popping up, like even Bert Peanut, right? Who's the most recent explosive, viral creator.
Mm-hmm.
If he wasn't getting clipped to high heaven, people wouldn't go to his stream. He's been live as the Peanut forever. But he had an opportunity with Arc Raiders and people clipping what he was doing, and it spread his brand. So people will tell you, they'll teach you. You'll pay a lot of money to have a consultant tell you your short form content and your mid form content on YouTube is more important than your streams. You should be spending more time creating potentially viral short form content. But for those of us that love being live, it's tough.
Yep.
It's tough because we don't always understand the investment of the short form content is going to feed the long form content. And Rumble, guys, it's really tough because ain't nobody in hell going to see you on TikTok and come to Rumble.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that to be anti-Rumble. I'm just saying it is currently a fact, and that's why we're trying to grow it. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to make this happen. Rumble is trying to give an opportunity for creators to have a place where freedom of speech, short form content exists. And I'll tell you, TikTok and Instagram and YouTube are the three kings of short form content. And I can't tell you how many times I've been kicked off of TikTok live because someone in my Call of Duty lobby, not even me, said something and it shut my stream down. That had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Right. So like the points I'm making here is Rumble, there is an investment and there is a crossover between streamers and creators now, people who are creating content, people who are editing their content, people who are trying to find creative clips and being their own clippers. There's not, and that is taxing. It's hard for people that are not video editors. I get it. Tex has made this joke since I've been on this platform. I am a super fast video editor because I have a TV editing background and I had deadlines and like I know how to do it, right? Even then, I get it. Like it's a commitment. And all of us that signed up as streamers didn't necessarily sign up to be creators. But that's where that whole thing comes in that we talked about. Like they're paying us to push a product.
Yep.
So you have the opportunity to leave and still be monetized or not.
Yeah.
And I saying something. If you said love being live, hate making shorts, and Ray's 100% right. Clip that. You said I'm right.
I just do the exclamation mark clip in chat. If someone wants to do it and preserve it forever, but if not, then we're just going to move on. No, I'm just kidding. But in terms of Blaze is doing okay, Big Fits, I agree with you. And I think there's a reason why, because of the way that Blaze is kind of building their platform and kind of how, and the different way that they are basically creating an area and an environment for us to create over on Blaze too as well. I do like being on Blaze 100%. Thank you for clipping that, Ray.
And that's going to go to your cloud now, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's the coolest thing in the whole world. I'm not going to lie to you. That's so good.
And so you'll be able to do that too. Beam is good. I don't know about Beam. Like I was kind of there and I've heard some stuff about Beam. But we'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, I know what you're talking about with the Beam stream stuff, Big Fits, 100%.
Be where your community is.
Yep.
Be where your community is.
Yeah, and I think that depending upon whatever platform I guess that you want to be on, I really enjoy being on Rumble. I really do. And I enjoy making tools for the platform too as well. For those of you guys that do know. Again, I forgot to say Campa. Thank you for the raid, my friend. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys are checking out AI Campa. Really great guy. Upcoming streamer here on Rumble. Make sure you guys go and throw him a follow. But I love being on this platform because I've been able to, I guess, build tools for it. And, I've kind of created built a community around all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And you've been you've been an important part of the community.
And that's kind of, it's a weird experience for me being on this side of it, and working and doing all that kind of stuff, but I love doing it. And so, that's one of the reasons why, like, for example, I started working on chat engagement tools in the hub before they released the new partner. I didn't even know the requirements were coming, chat. I didn't, but now you guys have like the raffle giveaway. You guys now have stuff like, would you rather, you have stuff like hot talk, or hot take, sorry. And then there's also something called Dealer's Choice, which is in something else that hasn't been released yet. But you guys can use those things, including now you also have stream trivia too as well. And so you guys can turn that on when as long as the bot's there and you have the dashboard and stuff open. You can turn on the, let me see, where is it? I had the window open. There it is. You can turn on basically chat engagement, stream trivia. You can trip it on to take 2 minutes to ask the question, let people answer, and then it goes quiet for 10 minutes. Or you can customize it and all that other kind of stuff that you can use for your particular stream to help spice it up, to bring people out, to have people talk. And so hopefully those are going to be good tools for you guys. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy those tools. And if you guys don't, you can contact Ray at helixtools.org. And he'll be more than happy to, answer those questions.
You don't want me to be that guy. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, I mean, if you guys have any questions, if there's any particular tools you guys are looking for, please hit us up. Please let me know. My DMs are always open. I love being a content creator myself. That's one of the reasons why that I do this. Does my chat bot work with Meld Studios? Yes, it does. Big Fits. Mm-hmm.
Fully asked, Ray, why are you on college football? It's actually my son. But yeah, I play with him. But yeah, my son's on my PlayStation playing college football.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, at least you got a PlayStation, because PlayStation's good. PlayStation's good. But so yeah, everything works like with Meld, like right now, to be honest with you guys, like our 24/7 music channel that we have running with all of the Helix music that we have and Rumbot music and stuff that we've released. That is actually using Meld, because Meld does a better job at 24-hour streams than OBS does. OBS will gobble up your memory and basically destroy everything. All right, Campo.
I almost said something and I stopped myself, so you should be proud of me.
What were we gonna say?
Nothing. I'll tell you offline. I'm not saying it live.
So anyway, we use that for that, and OBS, just they God bless them, they need help. So
Foley.
Yeah, Spitfire Spotlight says, I'd love to add a bingo to the games. That would be cool. Now, do you want it to be like in chat, or do you want it to be like an overlay? Because that's kind of like where my mind's going next about some things. I don't want to give away too much because I'm sure people are out there watching and steal my ideas and stuff like that. It happens, chat. It happens.
Tex Foley's triggering me.
Is he?
Yeah. I'm sure you have to go. I know you have to wrap soon. But I do want to address this because it's been a big topic of conversation this week.
Okay, go ahead.
Obviously, PlayStation is removing physical discs. Right? Yeah. Okay. Do any of you actually think that your game is on the disc right now anyway?
Because
it's not. And it hasn't been since PlayStation 4. Just to be very clear, all your disc is a key. That's why when you put your disc into your game, it downloads the game the exact same way when you buy it digitally. You have no more rights to owning that game with that disc than when they take it away. All that you have is a box with a piece of plastic with a logo printed on it. It is the same digital user agreement, and you can go look that up. That's what no one's talking about. There are no games, even Nintendo Switch cartridges, the majority of them only link to a download and install the game.
Yeah, Sentinel
saying.
Look, okay, we're gonna clip this too because Sentinel saying stop making sense. People want to complain, so you
no.
should...
And look, I if you want to have the physical media conversation, you should have had it 9 years ago, actually 14 years ago, because we are in year 6, I think 5 or 6 of PS5. PS4 had like a 10-year run before PS5 came out, 9-year run. These game discs, you put the disc in, you install the full game to your hard drive. It's not booting off the disc. It hasn't for years. So guess what? If they want to shut down the servers and turn off that game, whether you own the disc or not, guess what, baby boy? It don't work anymore. I'm not saying you shouldn't be frustrated, but you've not had physical media. You just haven't.
Yeah, Big Fitz is saying COG is the best place to buy and download. And that's true, COG. I do like what COG is doing. In terms of that way, then you own your game. And if they do go to shut it down, they give you like 3 months notice for you to be able to download it. And that way then you can play it offline.
How many of these games can you play if you're not connected to the internet?
Not many. Not many.
And like, I'm not telling you not to, like, again, like physical media. Look, dude, I have like 600 vinyl records that I've got so many vinyl. I'd love physical media. Like I understand ownership. I understand all those things. I think what we actually need is digital ownership reform.
Yeah, I agree.
I think moving away from digital leasing into digital ownership is real. But again, there are so few people who are trying to hard boot old games off of discs to even realize, like, if they shut those games down that are on, like, you cannot, the game is not on the disc. It's not there.
Yep.
It's not been there. I'm not justifying it. Some people want the boxes. Dude, I buy steel cases. I usually wait till they're like marked down. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I do too.
I think we need digital ownership reform. Because you know what sucks more than them giving you 2 years of lead time and telling you that they're getting rid of physical media? What sucks more than that is that just a week ago they eliminated another 500 movies from their library that people already had paid for. That sucks.
Yep.
That's trashy.
Yep.
Like,
totally agree.
But also, on the other side of it, this hasn't been talked about a whole lot. It just happened with Disney. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Disney, the licensing for I can't think of the name of the song. What's the Redbone or whatever song? The hey, the matter? The one that Star-Lord dances to in the beginning of Guardians 1.
Yeah,
they lost the rights. Their license ran out. on all their digital versions of the movie, they had to replace it with stock music. If you go on Disney Plus right now, that song is not the opening scene to Guardians of the Galaxy anymore.
Dude, that's I will see. I have a copy of it on Vudu because I have a lot of my digital video there, and so I'm gonna have to check that out now. So I'm gonna have to watch freaking Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, 3 again because it's great.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So again, like I'm like, be angry, but my platform on this is we need digital ownership reform, and we need it desperately. Desperately.
Yeah, I agree. And let me do this real quick. Spitfire Spotlight says, in case you missed it, the bingo on the screen with the ability to customize. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger here, so maybe I can read it a little bit better, just because I'm old and I'm half blind. So there we go. Look at that, you guys. Live editing on the fly. How about that? Okay, but on the screen, the ability to customize the bingo squares would be amazing. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at that. I appreciate that.
Fragniac says he's never getting rid of his PS4.
Really? Well, dude, I'm probably never going to get rid of my PS5 either. Probably. You didn't like Guardian of the Galaxy Sentinel? I thought they did a really good job with it. I thought each one was actually pretty good, even though the third one was a little bit kind of sad. Big Fit says it's time to sail the seas, the open seas. One, just get rid of the digital altogether. Big Fits, what are you going to do?
If you says never sell your consoles at this point.
And I'm like, I don't know if you guys can see that back there, but I've got a Virtual Boy, original 1995 Nintendo Virtual Boy back there that still works. And I got a bunch of games for it.
It is gaming. We could do a whole episode. Maybe the next one that we do, the gaming industry's cooked. Like we are at such a weird spot between digital ownership, console versus whether not even PC, but computing, gaming, of however you want to call it, whether it's one of these handhelds or whatever device people are building. The cost of consoles is ridiculous now.
Oh, I know, 100%.
The gap between PCs and consoles gets smaller and smaller and smaller in price point. However, it's going to grow again because all these PC component costs and what it costs to run games. I'll be honest with you, man. If I hadn't rebuilt this PC when I did, I'd have been screwed. Screwed. The RAM that I have in my computer right now, the market price of the 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM that I have at 6K is freaking $1,200. It was $200. I spent $200.
I know, dude. I looked at mine and I'm I only have 32 because I was cheap. I should have done better, but I think I paid $179 for it. It's now selling for $400.
It's insane what's happening. It's crazy. Paris Campbell said a couple weeks ago that gaming is just unaffordable for so many people anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's the truth, man. I mean, I understand offering premium consoles, but when PS5 base prices are over $700 right now, you know what I mean? It's insane to me. And games, I mean, people are freaking out because GTA is going to be $80 or $100. I mean, I paid $85 or $80 for Mario Kart. You know what I mean? It is an unbelievable investment if it's something that's a passion for you, and it is becoming less and less and less and less and less affordable. And I think that's a lot of people are angry about the physical versions of games. I get that. I get that Target and other places have sales for the discs that make the games cheaper. And if they can control it, then they can keep the price wherever they want it to be. I understand that argument. That's a different argument than whether the game is actually on the disc or not. But again, I think there's got to be some level of reform there. You know what I mean? There's got to be some level of what's real.
It's going to be interesting to see too, because the big RAM manufacturers have been targeted now in a new lawsuit that they manipulated and fixed the prices to get us to where we're at.
Well, yeah, I mean, part of that, sure, but you've also had companies like Crucial that a year and a half ago got bought out by big AI firms and literally stopped making consumer grade RAM because all they're doing is industrial. There's so many factors. Like I said, we could have a whole an entire show about the state of gaming, and I think it would be a fantastic, a fascinating conversation. But man, it's tough. It's tough. And and I don't know that I actually care about this, But do you know who's like getting screwed the hardest on this physical? Like GameStop is going to go out of business.
Yeah,
The
GameStop.
only reason GameStop has stayed as a viable business model at all is because of the resale market and the markup they get for giving you $5 for a copy of a game that they sell for $30. That has been what's kept their doors open for years. They're cooked. It's over for GameStop. And for those of you guys that maybe don't know this, like when I was a teenager, there's a lot of litigation because Sony and I think Microsoft tried to sue GameStop because they said it was against the terms of use of a video game to resell it. Like it's not intended to be resold the way that GameStop does it for profit. So GameStop has to pay a tax to, or a percentage, probably a better way to say it. They have to pay a percentage to Microsoft, to Sony, to all these people because of the volume of the reselling that they do. Even with that, it's over.
Yeah. I know DFF brought up a great point too. He said many don't realize that if you stream, it's also a tax write-off for new games. And that's true. And I tell you what, one of the things that I do want to do that I've been meaning to do, I think like right around the beginning of December, end of November, you guys, I'm probably going to do a special show on, preparing for your taxes for the next year. I think would be kind of a good thing to do, to know like what you can write off, what you can't write off. As a content creator and a streamer, because there's lots of different things that you do and that you buy throughout the year that you guys can actually write off against your income, and I think that's important.
I tried an awful rumor.
What's your awful rumor, dude? Come on.
Xbox is rumored to be considering putting Halo and that franchise under their Activision brand to restructure the franchise and live up to its full potential.
He's got a bad taste in his mouth.
Oh God!
But
Call of Halo, no, thank you. Like,
yeah. Fuse saying is GameStop is making money in collectibles and TCG.
They are, but not a lot. There's not a ton of money in that market, though. That's why mom and pop stores have to really struggle, and they have to put on events and all the things that they do. I mean, you look at collectible companies like Funko. Funko is on the verge of bankruptcy because they've way outweighed their licensing for what their sales numbers have been once once it's kind of cooled off. Like, again, I don't think any of that's viable. And they're 100%. Our GameStops here, half the store is like Pokemon cards and baseball cards and football cards and collectibles, and I love that. And that's cool. Like, it's a cool thing to do. I just don't think it's long-term viable.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of like how everything changes over the next 5 to 10 years, because there's really big changes on the horizon. Like, for example, and we'll wrap up with this because I know everybody's got to get going, but I appreciate you guys being here tonight. Like for example, home robots, right? I just saw my very first ad for a home robot from a company called like Weeks or something like that, or maybe it's Meek.
Yeah,
you can now buy your own custom home robot for $8,000. It will come. It'll plug itself in. It'll do laundry. It'll help clean your house. It'll vacuum. It'll do stuff around the house and to basically help you.
It's like people never watched Terminator.
I know. Fabric
or The Matrix.
Follow. Detroit Become Human in IRL. Exactly, Frag. And so we're just beginning to see that now kind of push its way out and to kind of come out into production. Now, some people would kind of, turn up, their nose at it, kind of like what Ray just did. I'm kind of like, I'm of the opinion that it's going to be kind of interesting. I have a special needs son, right? And so for him, when I'm gone, having something like that would be reliable for him to use to help him make meals, take care of himself, help him do his laundry is something to me that I'm hoping will be kind of viable for him. I hope.
Yeah.
Because, human nature, I've seen it far too many times. People take advantage of other people.
100%.
All those kind of things kind of got to happen. But I mean, it's kind of like, but then again, then you have the robots and you have, Terminator and you have all that other kind of stuff kind of going on, right? Or
You say Terminator again one more time.
No, I'm not going to do that. Nobody clip that either. Nobody clip it. Thank you. But stuff like that you just, where do you kind of draw the line? So, I mean, in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be crazy. You can look at videos of AI video. My wife and I were watching this the other day from like 3 years ago. And the video was horrible. Artifacting. It looked weird. It looked wild.
Like the Will Smith spaghetti videos.
Yeah, exactly. And then now it's totally, it's almost indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Though you can still there's still a part of it that you can tell that's not quite human. You can just tell. I don't know what it is about it.
We just we do like a really over the top produced summer camp for like kids and students.
Mm-hmm.
And they had like an opening video that our production team at the church put together. And they did this, they scripted it, they did it in AI. I think they did Gemini or I don't know. I'm actually not the hugest AI video person. Um and they rendered all these scenes, they stitched it together, they edited it together, do all the whatever. And it was so well done that I was like, okay, either Matt has become the absolute green screen god or AI is really taking leaps forward right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still moments in it. You know what I mean? Like little kids don't usually pick it up, but like, he has gauges in both of his ears, and like one scene his gauges were missing. You know what I mean? Like there's like little things like that or whatever, some inconsistencies, but like for the most part, man, like it got the point across. And I was like, man, like that's intense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Technology's changing.
So you want to know if there's a way to push the update to the music portal to allow us to favorite albums or add them as a whole? You can, Foley. I'm pretty sure you can. I will double check that. I'm pretty sure you can. You just have to actually go into the album itself. And I can show you basically how to do that, dude. And we'll double check. But that's a great idea. But all right, well, you guys, I've had a great time. It's been a few weeks since I've been able to do this with Ray. Just because of scheduling and
one
Father's
more bad
Day,
week.
right? We have Father's Day too as well. You were like out of the country in the woods.
I'm going back.
Having a good time with all the kids, doing what he's got to do. So any last minute thoughts or words or anything, Ray, that you want to say here before we get going?
Honestly, like, I think it's good for people to remember that this is the internet and it's all made up. Like, and like who you are and who you are to people is who you are. You know what I mean? And like this whole idea of like, I'm a good dude, but then when I go online, I'm gonna be an absolute a-hole and like, it's not really who I am. No, it's who you are. You know what I mean? Like who you are to people is who you are. And so I'd encourage people to enjoy what they're creating. If you want to be a game streamer, go be a game streamer. And whether that works or doesn't work, if you love it, do what you love. But all this tribalistic cancel culture, tear everybody down to make me feel better. You're not even pulling yourself up. You're just pulling other people down. That kind of crap. I'm tired of seeing it. I hope that we can grow up beyond that. Make what you love. Roshi said it. Do what you love.
Exactly.
And do that independently of getting in everyone else's freaking cornflakes, dude. Like just let it be. Leave it alone. Who cares? If you don't like it, move on. Like again, like if you don't like my content, like no one's making you be here. Like I would love for you to come hang out because I want to hang out and chat and like, learn about you and make friends. And like, I love community building. I think it's been fantastic. One of my favorite things over this last year on Rumble is like, I got a great handful of friends and people I've met that, guys like Tex who, other than the last month, we're super close. And like, I appreciate that so much. And I cherish those sorts of things, but like, this like toxic garbage of like pulling everyone down to lift yourself up. Like it doesn't work anyway. Like people see you, like people know what you're doing. They just do. So,
yep. I know what you mean. And let's see. So Fan Man wants to know, when do your PS3 games stop working? Once your power supply gets fried. So there you go. Once that happens, I mean, you can probably still fix it, but
PS3 games were on the disc.
That's right.
They were.
But anyway, you guys, we do very much thank you. Hey, Booms, if you could let me know like who you see that's online right now that you would like to raid, I'm totally down to do that. Just let me know in chat. But yeah,
Spitfire, don't tell anybody. Spitfire said I'm a great sniper.
Okay, Mocha Noise. Okay, we'll do that, Booms. We'll do that. And then of course we've got Roshi says, you are your own brand. Why try to be something you're? Well, there's a lot of people that I don't think they've kind of figured that out quite yet. You know what I mean? And so it's just, I think it's kind of important that we do stay true to ourselves. We make the kind of content that we want, that we would watch ourselves, like Ray likes to say all the time.
Yeah.
Go back and watch your stuff. Or critique yourself.
You can't watch your own content. Make a change.
But I will say this. I think Rihanna Mater, I think, had a great point on social the other day. And I know she's not here right now. She's a great friend of mine. And she says what she does after her streams, she goes and she watches her stream and she picks out one thing in her stream that she could have changed. And then she works on that one thing the next time she streams. And she does that every single time. And that's allowed her to create the content that now she is allowed to be a full-time content creator. That's how she pays her bills now.
Good for her, man.
By doing it. She's partnered on Twitch and stuff. Well, she does a great job. She's a fantastic, person to go and hang out in. She talks to her chat. She does a great job at covering all things horror and stuff like that. And so she does a fantastic job. She's a great creator because she's taken the time to learn how to basically hone in her craft and to do what she wants to do. So, but again, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Make sure you guys go and follow This Is the Ray Gaming. Link is down below.
You don't have to do that, but I love it when you do.
100%. That's right. He's on Team Tex, at least for the next 5 minutes until we get off. We're going to go and raid Mocha Noise over there on Twitch. Booms, if you could set that up, that would be fantastic. And over here on Rumble, I have to see who we got live right now.
Oh, I'm live.
Are you live right now?
I just hit the button.
Did you really?
Not raid me. Go raid someone else.
No, if you're live right now, we'll take you. So let's go. Let's go raid.
No. Someone else said the Mocha Noise or somebody. Go do that.
Yeah, no, we're doing that's Twitch. We're doing.
I got you.
You're live on Rumble. It's fine.
Colors are hard.
Yes, I know that. Roshi, I appreciate that.
Come play some video games, Tex. It's been a while.
All right, I will for sure. I will.
Right now.
Yes, I know. I'm going to. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you guys again next time. All right, be good to each other, and we'll see you guys in the next Tools of Trade and around the chats. Bye, everybody.
We'll talk later, guys.